Aliens are confirmed real. A Florida Congresswoman told Joe Rogan that there's evidence of interdimensional beings. Well, there you have it. This is the newest thing from her on aliens.
Question is buzzing around a lot this week. Are we alone in the universe? So here's what President Obama said that got all of this back in the headlines. Watch.
Yep, saw that already.
So with that, we bring in Republican Congresswoman from Florida, Anna Paulina Luna. She is chair of the Oversight Committee Task Force on the Declassification of Federal Secrets. She has said that there is evidence of interdimensional beings that can operate through the time spaces that we currently have, which is obviously going to catch a lot of people's attention.
Yeah.
Anna Paulina Luna,
Oh, yeah.
thank you very much, Congressman. It's good.
Where's the evidence?
So I want to go back to that. You told Joe Rogan in a podcast in August when you were discussing all of this that you have viewed evidence of interdimensional beings here on Earth and that they operate through the time spaces that we currently have. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Yeah, I think that a good example would be some of the photo visual evidence that we've seen directly in some of these classified briefings that will now be made public. One of the famously now, I guess, infamous videos that we showed in one of our hearings was actually a video that was dead dropped to Eric Burleson, who's a member of Congress, from within the Department of War, and it shows a UAP, an unidentified aerial phenomena, deflecting a Hellfire missile. This was taken off of ISR footage off the coast.
Yeah, we talked about that one.
Yemen. So long story short, there have been briefings that we've received as Congress that leads us to believe that, yes, there is definitely an advanced technology out there that's not created by mankind. And yes, of course, we've seen other evidence where it could potentially be UAPs, and then we later find out that there's drones. But there is a certain amount of evidence that we simply can't explain.
So, interdimensional? How do we conclude that? And what do you mean they're operating in our time spaces? What the fuck is that about then? We can't explain it, so it's probably interdimensional time space operatives, would be my guess, based on all available evidence, I would say.
The physics that are defied in how these vehicles operate are very interesting to note, and we are not the only government that's looked into this extensively. But I really do look at this from a lens of national security. And as you know, as we continue to evolve, specifically on the front of AI and drone technology, we have to ensure that are these things, whatever they may be, are they potential adversarial weapons?
No, they're probably friendly.
Or not. And I think the whole aspect
they're jolly,
that the federal government
like leprechauns,
can deny access to members of Congress, of which has happened not just to myself, but to other members of Congress as well, is not just alarming, but it's also something that cannot truly exist in a free and fair society. Government should not operate in secrecy. And so I look forward to the American people being able to determine their own conclusion after they've seen some of the evidence that we have seen. But most recently, Representative Gates actually came forward. He was on that initial CODAL with me and Representative Tim Burchett, where we were denied access. And he will tell you that if you've seen some of the stuff that we've seen, you will too become a believer.
So, I mean,
so back to the initial question. What makes you think they're interdimensional time-space operatives? Where does that come? Because it seems like all that vomit, all that fucking spaghetti you just spewed out, didn't do anything to answer that question. You're just repeating the same footage we've seen thousands of times now, saying, can't really explain it.
It's fascinating. And, so you're saying that the Air Force has covered up UAP sightings. So, if there is potentially, is it because it's technology that we have that they don't want anyone to know that we have militarily? Or is it that it's a foreign actor who has some abilities in technology and things that spin in ways that we can't understand?
You're stupid, they're aliens. Wake up.
Interviews that we've conducted, not just in person, but also to, given some of the testimony that we've received, we do have reason to believe that this tech is not created by mankind. However, It is also possible that there are certain advanced weapons that the US government may have that they're denying us access to. But here's the problem. When you have unelected bureaucrats denying access to members of government that are supposed to oversee and write the checks for that federal spending, and then we're also getting reports that there are people being threatened, whether it be physically, whether there have been, interesting deaths associated with people that have been coming forward as whistleblowers, which has been brought up in some of the testimony that we've received, not just myself, but you saw recently there was a movie that came out, The Age of Disclosure, where this is also referenced now by the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. This is one of the most
The Steven Spielberg movie?
things in Washington, D.C. And so we definitely are looking forward to sharing this and exploring this further.
What in the fuck does Steven Spielberg's new movie have to do with this? What? Hashtag ad. Oh, that'd be big brain. That would be big brain. He's apparently giving away the secrets. Fuck me, yeah. I was excited for the film, and now I'm even more excited knowing that Representative Anna Paulina Luna is now referencing it when talking about UAP and interdimensional time-space agents from out of this world. I'm gonna rewind that to what the fuck is she saying about that movie?
We're also getting reports that there are people being threatened, whether it be physically, whether there have been, interesting deaths associated with people that have been coming forward as whistleblowers, which has been brought up in some of the testimony that we've received, not just myself, but you saw recently there was a movie that came out, The Age of Disclosure, where this is also referenced now by the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio.
What the fuck? What does Age of Disclosure have to do with it? Does she know that's a movie? It's a movie from Steven Spielberg? So she was talking about testimonials that, and then says Age of this has also been referenced in Age of Disclosure. That's a certified who gives a fuck moment. And then says it was referenced by Marco Rubio. What Age of Disclosure was? Like he's excited for the film? Or are we talking about something different? Is there a different Age of Disclosure? Oh, Age of Disclosure is the last year's UFO thing. Oh, okay. There's two separate things. The Steven Spielberg movie must not be the one they're talking about. Okay. So there's two different things here. That must be what she's talking about. That's gotta be it. His is called Disclosure Day. Okay, here we go. That's what it is. Got it. Okay, that makes far more sense. All right. Yeah, okay.
I think we all want to know more about this. I think it sort of tripped back into the universe, so to speak, with sort of an offhanded comment by President Obama that turned into something deeper, and now we may get some more disclosure.
Imagine that.
We'll see. At least there's pressure for it. Thank you so much.
She also told Joe Rogan that the CIA found the Ark of the Covenant. We found the Ark? It's in the hands of the CIA. I couldn't imagine a worse recipe for disaster. CIA found the Ark of the Covenant by using physics. Wow. You saw Ross Coulthert from News Nation said he visited an alien portal that government is hiding from us. Yeah, that one I know we talked about briefly on stream. Next, they're going to find the Holy Grail. Not only that, I think the Fountain of Youth is probably on the docket. I think there's a lot. Probably Atlantis would be after that, would be my guess. Then even Tartaria, potentially. Lazarus Pit, potentially, as well, yeah.